So this unboxing is 3 picture books from Sleeping Bear Press. So let's get started. The first one is called Headstrong Hallie, the story of Hallie Morse Daggett, the first female fire guard, written by Aimee Bissonette and illustrated by David Hohn. So this is interesting. Like, I actually never have heard of the fire guard or of Hallie, but it's perfect for Women's History Month right now in March. And so the fire guard is, I imagine it's the Forest Service for people to help when they have forest fires. So anyway, it is, let's see. She might have been the first one. Yep. And so she's someone who grew up enjoying hiking, but there's always these terrible fires, which I'm sure everyone has heard of, in the last few years, in California, Northern California and Southern California too, as well as Australia had some terrible fires. And then, like, here's a really interesting illustration. And so I guess we learn about what it's like to be a forest ranger, as well as to be a specialist in fighting forest fires. And this is a story of, sort of like an ordinary hero. I mean, someone that, didn't really make front page news. But, and it's not an easy job, because apparently you live by yourself and you're, fighting the fires actually can be very dangerous. So anyway, this looks great. It'd be great for March, Women's History Month, and anyone who's interested in the Forest Service. The next book is also related to the forest, and this is Summer of the Tree Army. And this is by Gloria Whelan, illustrated by Kirbi Fagan. This is a Tale of Young Americans series. And so this is about the Civilian Conservation Corps. Okay, so this is not about the, this is not the same as the U.S. Forest Service. This was like during the Great Depression, when Roosevelt set up this civilian corps, and they just kind of did a lot of public works, but it was really meant just to create jobs during the Great Depression, because they had 25% unemployment rate. I mean, I only know that because I did my thesis in college was on the eradication of malaria, and the same Civilian Conservation Corps did a lot of work to sort of drain swamps in the South to help with that. And so I'm not sure where they're going here, but it would be amazing if they're actually going to the South to drain the swamps. But it actually looks like, no, they're actually reforesting. And I'm not sure where they're going. But this is the story of the young men who got hired, and then the various works that they did, this one in particular. I mean, it's kind of related to Headstrong Hallie, because they were reforesting after a fire. Yeah, this looks great. Is there a note? Let me see. There is. So this was about the Great Depression, and the men had to be single between 17 and 23. And this particular story occurs in Michigan. So anyone studying the Great Depression or want to learn more about the Civilian Conservation Corps, this is a great book for that. The last book is not related to reforestation. It is The Lady of the Library by Angie Karcher, and it is illustrated by Rachel Sanson. And it looks like a ghost story. And actually, I have a ghost story of my own, because my daughter has been training in a gym in Warwick called Fight Factory, and there is a bona fide, like, benign ghost who they captured on film. Like, they have a security camera running 24 hours, and at night they captured very vivid images of an orb, and it kind of manifested into a male human figure. And they also have sightings during the day where their exercise bike will start pedaling all by itself. So anyway, where we live, we have a lot of ghostly activity. And here we have a lady who haunts her local library, and which is similar, because I feel like, maybe the spirits like to be in a place where they have a lot of ties to. And in the gym case, the boxing gym, I think it's a ghost that just, like, maybe was an athlete and wants to train. And in here, this library is going to be closed for demolition. And this library, this ghost, I don't know if she just likes books or how she's related, but a girl and the ghost decide to work together to keep the library from getting destroyed. So that's, a nice story about saving houses, or saving monuments, saving old buildings, and yeah, I think it's a happy story. And in the end notes, it's about ghosts, and this story was inspired by the oldest public library in Evansville, Indiana, who reportedly had a ghost haunting it. But I feel like if there's a ghost there, yeah, she's a friendly ghost, and they do say she's a friendly ghost, just like the one at the gym. So anyway, these 3 books are new releases, so happy book birthday to all 3, and thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy reading these books as well.